Yeah, man. I see. Couple episodes ago, you had the pimple. Now I got the pimple.
Mine is still there.
Yours is still there. Oh
It's
man.
it's it's going away. It's going on vacation soon. So I think we're recording.
Are we? Is it actually recording right now? So that means we got to move, huh?
Yeah, we got to do something.
All right. All systems check in 3, 2. What? Wait a second. What the? It's the Shant and Ari podcast, you guys. Shant, how you feeling tonight, big guy?
Feeling good. That was a nice psych out you had on everybody. Feeling good, but let me flip it to you, man. You always ask me how I'm doing, what happened to me this week. I had a pretty boring week. So what happened? Anything happened? What's going on? How you doing?
Bro, so I've been tearing it up this week with car sales. Like, I'm talking, I have not been this busy collectively, though, which is kind of depressing because I'm not the same Adi I was last year. Like, I'm getting tired by like 8:30, it seems like.
Yeah.
At
So
nighttime,
right
which is usually the time that I got to start recording videos. And I'm just, I'm killing it, but I'm tired. And I'm like, I'm asking my dad, like, Bob, is this normal that I'm like this drained? He goes, I wouldn't be able to tell that you were drained, but are you feeling drained? And I'm like, dude, fuck, I want to take a nap right now. Like, not right now because I'm kind of jacked up because it's like my favorite part of the week. But, dude, yeah, man, like if I was going over basically my new schematics for my YouTube videos where I'm doing these whole negotiation guides or whatever on like the whole brand for the month. And it'll take me like one whole night, like 3 hours to put together the whole guide.
Shit.
And I'm like, dude, this may not be sustainable.
Yeah.
So, dude, YouTube, like I gotta figure out something from YouTube. And I remember, Shant, I remember like a couple minutes or like an hour after I said to my dad I was drained, and obviously YouTube's listening in on whatever the fuck you're saying, even if you're saying something in Armenian. And one of these YouTubers, Graham Stephen, he had put up this video, The Problem with Gary Vaynerchuk, and I shared it with you, and I got a completely different reaction than the one I was expecting. And I was just like, wait a second, like I got to call Shant. But tell me initially your thoughts. When I sent you that video, what you thought about and how we kind of split.
Yeah. So you sent me that video, the Graham Stephen guy, pretty cool channel he's got, talking about Gary Vaynerchuk. If nobody's really heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, if you just now it's going to pop up probably everywhere. Gary Vaynerchuk, we're fucked.
You're welcome.
So, and that's what we figured to talk about today, because the video was talking about how Gary Vaynerchuk, grinds, he hustles, right? And he works a lot of hours, in how that's good for him, but for other people, it could drain you, right? And we're kind of on two different spheres on this. And as far as like, in today's episode is going to be kind of more burned out and drained versus being bored.
Because I'm drained. But the one thing, and I want anybody that's listening in on this after we're done this podcast, I'm going to put a link in the description for the YouTube and the Spotify page, etc. for that video. It wasn't so much that he was even just saying that you're going to get drained and it's not sustainable, but he was also referring to the resentment or the lack of motivation for your work. I even drew out a map after Shant, after me and Shant's conversation about this. I even drew out a map, bro. And
yeah, you were fired up about this video, man.
Yeah, man, because it hit home. That video hit home.
So what was it about the video? And obviously you guys could listen to it, but we'll kind of get in depth about it. What was it that Adi has the video, his map up right now?
Yeah.
What was it that really hit home? Because it didn't really, not that it didn't hit home to me, because I'm not that type of guy who works 17, 18 hours a day. But what was it that it hit home to you?
First of all, I thought that we were in this together, Sean. I thought that I wasn't the only one. Like, my lifestyle was at least shared. And when I called you after I started getting the responses, the text messages back from you, like, yeah, I agree, man. Like I want to I wish that you would like take a little bit of time off work and like kind of like enjoy yourself, etc. I'm like, whoa, wait a second.
I said you should get a hobby.
Yeah, like sleep a little bit more, etc. I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck is going on right now? And I called Shant. I called him and I'm like, Shant, bro, is there like, are you working as much as I thought you were working? And it turns out like he has a life, I guess. So that got me even more, like it hit home even more that like he's right. Graham Stephan is right in that if you follow like the road that I'm currently on and that Gary Vee preaches to be on, you're going to get burnt out. And the reason why it hit home so hard that day was in particular those YouTube videos that I now have committed myself to. Like, I'm not backing out of that. I'm not at all. I don't want to.
Yeah.
But I know that going forward, life did just get a little bit more difficult. So I'm worried. I'm worried and I'm tired.
What way do you see it being more difficult?
The production time is going to take longer. See, before, the production time filming a video was easy. Editing and posting it was the hard part. Now that we got that solved, I can record a video very easily and I can post it very easily. Production time for everything was about an hour. Now it turned into a 2-night affair. So it's not even like it gets quadruple the amount of views either. So now I'm just like, I might have fucked myself, but yeah.
So you're drained, right? Because you're always, doing a video, you're working at the restaurant, you're doing the car sales. So you have technically like 3 kind of businesses, right? The YouTube is a business.
YouTube is very much a business right now.
The car sales, the car brokerage that you have, and then the restaurant. So that's a lot to take on, right? So you feel drained, but when do you see yourself like, whoa, I gotta stop or slow down? Not stop, slow down.
I think hopefully if I can sustain another 6 months or a year, I'll maybe bring in, definitely not even maybe, I'll bring in somebody to handle some of the actual time consuming part of this whole thing so that I can regain interest now in wanting to do this at the full excitement level that I was at before. And I got a little bit confused, Shant, with you, because it's not even so much like you're working your dick off right now. You're kind of taking it easy and you're bored. Why are you bored? I'm not bored. I'm just exhausted and I'm lacking some motivation to actually do it, but I'm not bored in it. I don't see myself not doing it. We're talking about YouTube right now, just for the reference, but
for you.
Why are you bored, bro?
So it's an interesting question, man. And it's not that I'm bored of real estate or anything like that. That I love real estate, dude. I love when I could talk about it, help do whatever, right? That's not it. So I'm a very routine-oriented guy, right? I like to have my routines. I like to stay on course, stay on schedule. So my routine was get up at 4, go to the gym, come home, shower, eat, get ready, go to the office, make phone calls from like 8 to 10, have another lunch, whatever it is, make more calls, then go on appointments, redo it every day, every day, every day, right? And what happened was I was doing it every day for the most part by myself in the office because no one would show up. So it was literally like I just got bored of doing that every fucking day, dude, where you go in, you're calling people, there's resistance, you're doing the same thing. The routine got boring for me, basically, right? So I wasn't working long hours like you do, but I was doing a lot in a short period of time, and the routine just got boring to me.
Are you, Shant, the type of person that gets bored of things very easily, or are you like the type of person basically that can hang on to a car for like 5-10 years?
No. I do get, well, I do get bored easily, but I'm able to stick it out, right? Like I could suck it up. Okay. Um,
So
it's
I'm
funny.
I'm so
Everyone's probably
upset.
like, everyone's probably like, you get bored of betting.
Shit, man, because I can directly relate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting bored of yeah. Anyway, no,
I don't get bored of betting, by the way.
no,
But
no, no. But
no. So yeah, I get bored of cars, right? And in doing the same thing over and over, even though it's what I prefer to do, I like doing the same thing over and over. I get bored of it, right? And I was able to get some good results from doing that right now this past year, the past 6 months. And I just kind of like recently just fucking like looking to do other. That's literally why when you're like, hey, Sean, let's do something. I'm like, yeah, let's do this podcast. Let's fucking do it. I was bored. I wanted something different. Not saying the podcast does anything as far as financially for us. It does zero. It's actually negative. But
I
I
still
just
owe
want to
you,
do
I think,
something.
for the last couple of months for the hosting. But from my understanding, I think after drawing out this map, what
Mhm.
what boredom and
So explain it. Read the map for the people who couldn't see it.
okay, so in essence, I drew out this map here of the difference between Shant and Ari. So you'll see I wrote here Shant and Ari. Shant pointing down equals bored. Ari pointing down equals drained. But in between these two are some three commonalities that I picked up on from our conversation, from our phone conversation after said Graham Stephan video regarding Gary Vaynerchuk's work ethic. Number
Yeah.
one, number one was motivation, lacking motivation rather, in wanting to do the task at hand at what is making you bored or
Yeah.
drained. Number two was creativity, because obviously when you're either tired physically or tired emotionally of it, I think, like lacking emotion for the task, being bored of it,
Yeah.
and lacking passion, if I dare say so. So
Yeah.
these
Lose a little
three,
passion.
exactly. So these three major components, I see a problem. I see a very, very alarming issue in starting off in doing something. We've been in it hardly now 5 years. Less. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I do see a problem in going so hard in the beginning that you just burn out either from a lack of passion because of either being drained or just being bored. So this is an actual issue because we've invested so much of our potential, so much of our social so much of our social investment in this that you don't just pull out and start working corporate 9 to 5. That just doesn't happen. You either move on to another entrepreneurial plan, or you stick it through, or you adapt to your own boredom or exhaustion. So I think that it's very I think it's very alarming, but at the same time it's awesome because it's starting to set you up, right? It's starting to set me up.
Yeah, but so the boredom, it's kind of funny. I just realized it, right? Because what I was hearing was, dude, you're just grinding, you know, that word you hear, grinding, or, you know, hustling, whatever the fucking stupid terms are. Um, they're like, dude, you're just grinding a lot. You're tired. People were feeding them to my mind that I was tired or drained. So I was kind of accepting that where, oh yeah, I'm just drained, right? But then I really thought about it after that fucking before that video, I just started really thinking about it. Like, dude, I'm not drained. I'm not tired, dude. I got a lot of energy. It's just I'm fucking bored. It's
Show
weird.
off. I'm fucking tired, bro. I'm beat. I'm beat.
So, I mean, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about being tired or drained, and let's talk about being bored, right? And we're not gonna solve this issue for anybody, right? Because we're in it. We're trying to figure it out. And maybe we shouldn't even be in this. Maybe some people are like, dude, I've done that for 7 years without being drained. What the fuck is wrong with you? Which I know people who have done it straight 7 years without being drained, right? Then I know people who are like, wow, how would you get bored? Like, you're an idiot. I get it, but I'm sorry, this is what I'm feeling. And I'm sure there's many people who are going through it right now. And then when that happens, when you feel, I think, more bored, and if you're doing something, not seeing the success, and you're bored, you want to tend to do other things and jump ship.
That's what scares me, bro, because that's how I'm used to. I'm used to that. I'm used to getting out of a car early. I'm used to changing jobs early. I'm used to changing
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I had this conversation with Betty. I'm like, yo, I'm kind of bored with like doing the same activity. And she's like, yeah, that's fucking called, you know, it's normal. She's like, I and she loves her job, dude. Her job is freaking awesome. You know, it's a it's a sick thing she has going on. She's like, yeah, I get bored of it. You know, so it's like whether people say, oh, but that's a 9 to 5, it's the same shit. We're all working. And so I'm okay with being bored right now. And I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm not gonna say fuck this. I'm gonna go into to car sales, you know, do something different or
it's going to be the
whatever.
same thing.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good that I guess we're used to that we were in that mindset before where you get bored easily or you get bored, but you can't I guess you're not allowed to right now get bored to the point where you completely leave that aspect of what you're doing. I'm drained in that I guess down the line I've either got to make some sacrifices or I've got to look into expanding and ultimately increasing my liability, my business liability, which I don't want to do. You lose an
Why?
employee because you lose an employee, and all of a sudden you're in the same place you were
Mm.
when you brought that person on. Yeah, we're talking
So
about long-term sustainability here.
so what are some things that, you know, you drew this map out, right? You um
Lacking passion, lacking
yeah.
motivation,
And
and
so what can you do? Little things like, yes, long term you could hire people. Long term you could, you know, do take on more liability. But what can you do right now? Like, what are you thinking? Have you thought about it? What are you going to do right now to get out of this drain? What hobby are you going to find?
so me and my father. So if anybody's curious as to how I'm trying to solve this problem, me and my father we're trying to now structure a way where I'll be able to leave throughout the day for a few hours consistently planned every single day where I'd be able to do that work that I'm referring to, preparing those video guides, the information that goes behind those negotiation guides. That stuff takes about 2 hours or 3 hours to put together. So now between that and actually handling my car brokering, if it means leaving the business, leaving the family business for a few hours throughout the day in order to be able to take off a few nights at nighttime and make a semi-permanent lifestyle change,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting ready now to do that, as in take on a little bit more work less at one place where it's less demanding of me to be there at certain times, to do more demanding work during this window of time where it's still considered you're being fucking overly aggressive when it comes to your work schedule. So I'm trying to reduce the holy fuck work schedule to like an overly aggressive work schedule.
So you're gonna. I'm just trying to picture this, right? I'm picturing Adi waking up, right, getting up, combing your hair, right, like you like you're doing right now.
Don't be
Getting to
jealous.
the restaurant, right? Getting to the restaurant, working at a predetermined time. You're gonna leave, do your videos for like 2 to 3 hours, come back, still do your car brokers, sell some cars, continue at the restaurant, be done with the restaurant at 8, and then go home.
Yeah. Does that sound crazy?
And then you're actually going to like,
Take a
wait,
shower
this
at
is
8:15, 8:30.
hang on.
Maybe hang out with my fiance.
Yeah, like so now for all you ladies that are listening, right? And we actually have a pretty strong female listening audience, which I'm actually like.
It's insane. None of my boys listen, but I'll
Yeah,
get screenshots and like, oh my God, remember, dude, she,
yeah,
yeah. Anyway, so yeah,
yeah. So you're gonna have some time to actually like, maybe go on a couple of dates, maybe hang out with your friends, take on a hobby, go to. Wow.
so I'm working at it, bro. It's not like I'm not working at it. I'm trying my best. I think that if I can manage to not be drained, I I think it's sustainable long term to the point where I won't be so resentful, because I'm not at the point of being resentful yet.
Yeah, because what happens if you get resentful of doing what you're like? Then you could be like, "Fuck you, Dad," like coming here every day, or you could be like, "Fuck you, YouTube."
Okay,
Right?
for the record, I said this the other day and I made a point to say it in front of my dad. I will never leave the restaurant ever.
Whoa,
Even if it
whoa.
means I'll work for free and hire like 3 people to do my job so I can leave for like 6 hours in the day. I'll be there for lunch and I'll be there for dinner. I will never leave the fucking restaurant. But I will tell you this. If you were to tell me you've got 3 things, you've got YouTube, car sales or car brokering, and the restaurant, gun to your head, drop one. Which one do you think I'd pick?
Which one are you going to drop? Well, you said you're not going to drop the restaurant, so it's a 50-50. Wow. I can't ever see you dropping the car broker, but I think you could finagle your way still doing it and not. So I would go with the car broker.
So back to you. What are you going to do to not be bored, bro? Because that is alarming. All I need is a fucking nap. We need to bring Gary V onto this podcast, spark some shit.
Yeah.
You know what it is, homeboy? So I'm a very results driven worker. So if the results are the same, right? Regardless of money, it could be the same amount of money. I do this, I get this much back. I do this, I get this much back.
Yeah.
I'm a very results driven, results motivated worker. For me, I'm putting in the same amount of time and effort, but I'm seeing like 10 times the amount of results. That's what's keeping me motivated regardless. You, on the other hand, you're seeing the same results, albeit they're great results. But because you're doing the same thing and seeing the same results, something in that is causing you to be bored. You've developed sort of the 9 to 5 relationship with your job.
Yeah. You know why? It's a very good observation because
as an entrepreneur,
well, the business side is still, so in real estate, it's a lot of sales, right? And you have to do stuff, you got to prospect, you got to do these kind of things that fucking suck, right? For me, like it's not natural to me, right? So I'm the type of guy, if I don't like doing something, like I didn't like living in Jersey, I'm going to fucking move, right?
Love you for that.
I just started being like, yo, I want to do things that make me happy. But unfortunately, playing basketball makes me happy and doesn't make me any money because I'm not good enough to make money. So it's like, okay, I love real estate. I love the real estate game. I love the business side of real estate. I just hate the sales part, the day-to-day sales, right? So what I realized is it's going to affect me a little bit when I get bored of it and I kind of slow down, because what I've been doing to kind of help my boredom, right? And I hope everyone can understand, like, it's boredom of like doing the activities to like get you leads and clients, right? But doing the other stuff, like if a client hits me up on a Sunday, let's go. Like, like I'm ready.
It's an enjoyable task for you.
Yeah. Like, it's fine.
It's like me wanting to go to the dealership with a client. Like, I'm down to go to the dealership. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. It's that monotonous activity. So what I started doing, because, I was getting up at 4, going to the gym, start my day, right? So I kind of stopped that, right? I kind of am like working out midday now rather than in the morning. Instead of going to the office, I'm working from home, set up my home office. So to kind of like switch it up, then I'll hit up like a Starbucks. I'll go work there a little bit. Then I'll go into the office a little later.
It's a good thing you don't smoke cigarettes.
yeah, because I'd be home all day fucking smoking. So I kind of just switched up what I was doing, because originally I was getting up, going to the gym, getting to the office, doing all this stuff. Now I'm like, yo, let me do some other things. Let me work on kind of other aspects of real estate, right? So I'm doing different things rather than just calling people. I'm trying to do other stuff to keep me excited. So it's kind of switching up my shit is kind of what's the summary of that.
How do we upgrade your shit? How do we make it, how do you make it so that it's less boring?
Having more clients that I could just work with the clients, because I like that part. That's not boring to me. That's fun. Like just going out, looking at houses, going on appointments. If I just get more of that, but unfortunately you have to do the activities to get that, right? So I'm just switching up activities. It's a season, right? Like I had a real estate coach who kind of said, you got to go through your seasons. Right now I'm at that season of just like, trying different things, doing some other stuff. But I feel like the season of me going back to that fucking head down, run through a brick wall is coming again.
So we were talking and we were saying like, oh, maybe like if we go on a vacation.
Oh, no, I can't.
Yeah, no, that's not going to help anything right now.
For me, dude, because I got like this last year. Was it last year? Like I had this, I think it always happens towards the end of the year for me. I think that's what I've realized. So now next year I got to figure this out. So last year I was getting a little bored. Me and Betty went on this big vacation, nice in, Italy and Spain. And what happened was I came back and I'm like, nah, I don't.
Not working.
Yeah.
Gonna
I'm
grow a
good.
beard.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to the cafe and just relax. So no vacation this year. We are actually at the end of this year. We are almost at the end of the year. Christmas, New Year's. I'm going to be coming to Rhode Island. So I mean, we're going to be doing a live podcast
Ah, nice.
together.
I like it. You
Yeah,
can
so
sit
that's going to
right
be.
here if you want.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing that, but vacations for me don't really do it. That kind of throws me off more. Little mini things are good, but long vacations I can't do. What about? I mean, I feel like you're probably the same because you went on a long trip recently, right? Greece, not me. I don't know how
That was
long
like
ago
a
that.
year and like 2 months
I don't
ago,
remember,
man.
bro.
So if I go on, I told you this before, if I go on a week-long vacation, it'll take me like 2 weeks to catch up. If I go on a 3-day, it'll take me like a good week to catch
But
up.
forget the catching up. I want to ask you, forget the catching up part. How do you, do you feel better coming back, more rested?
No, my anxiety kicks in.
Mm,
It's fucked, bro. It is not. It's a catch-22, man, going on vacation. Because I'm good when I'm there. But when I come back, when I'm on the flight or like the check-in to come back,
yeah.
I'm just like, I'm gonna be so fucked when I get back. It's not even funny, man. Um,
And for me, coming on the way back, it's like, so you have like all this work to do, right? Like you have backed up. For me, it's like, fuck, I'm back at zero and I have to start all over again. Right. So that's like, that makes me not want to like do it because I'm like, I have to start all over again, man, and just start the momentum. Takes 3 months. And,
so
but I also,
I'm in love, Shant. I'm in love
Mhm.
so much with what I do, and I think that you love what you do.
Yeah.
I think that being able to just tell somebody to just you got to push through it and you got to do it and you got to do that. I think that ultimately, if you love what you do so much, you're gonna push through it, but it shouldn't be the long-term solution. Right
Mhm.
now, I think in order to determine, I think for me, long-term sustainability, what aspect of my life I have to cut out in order to be able to just do this comfortably, I think it's going to take a little bit more time. And I think in the meantime, I think I've been learning a lot about myself in terms of what I actually like to do throughout the day, what I miss when it's not there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if you weren't going to go today to make calls, I don't think that you'd miss it that much. But if you got into like a rhythm of, every day you show a client a house, say you did that,
Mhm.
right? I think that if you missed a few days of you not showing a house to a client, I think that you'd probably miss that.
Yeah.
I think that it's really just pushing through it, learning exactly what aspect of the business itself that is making you bored. You've figured it out. I'm I'm figuring out right now how to not be so drained. But
Yeah, and there's steps you could take, man, to so you figured out what drains you, and if you could, like incorporate that during the day to really just have some oddie time. Because because like your oddie time is like videos, fucking this working, but like what is oddie time look like?
there is no Adi time.
I know we got to get to the point where there is oddie time, right? So fortunately, I have a wife, so I could just, boom, Betty, hang out with her. She's like texting me, I want to go on a walk. I want to go on a walk. When are you going to be done? Hurry up. Just, you know,
Babe,
yeah.
babe,
Yeah.
babe.
So like I have that, right? So I could just like take some time and relax, or on a Saturday, instead of working, going to show houses, I could just go be like, hey babe, let's go drive to Sedona for the day and just hang out, or go to, and that kind of recalibrates you. But for you, you have to kind of find a way to, because you can't stop the work, because that's going to set you back.
I'm not going to stop the work, bro. I'm just going to cut out, I think, the work that eventually, because I don't know exactly what it is. I like to like talk to clients, and I like to get deals. I like the wheeling and dealing of it. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
I love to make videos, and I love to be at the restaurant, on the grill, or just, I guess, talking to customers and
Mm-hmm.
never fucking picking up a phone or doing a delivery.
Yeah.
Um, Shout out to my delivery drivers. But honestly, man, Sean, like, I don't want to be that guy that just says like just push through it, see.
Yeah.
But I think the ultimate test for anybody that gets bored so easily of things is pushing through it, man. Like, I always want to get out of my car. I'm going to tell you a funny story. I went to Germany and I got that car. I got that
Yeah.
white M4, and I went in for an oil change, and the guy's like, "You need new tires." And I'm like, "Can you appraise the car?"
Mm-hmm.
My payoff at the time was, I think, 50,000, 49 something, odd number, I don't forget. He goes, "If you don't replace the tires, if you give the car to me as is, I can give you 50K for it." So I'm like, "Just a wash, like an even clean wash. I don't have to get new tires, nothing." He goes, "Yeah, clean wash." And I'm like, "Fuck it. I'll just get out of the car right now." Because it made really, really good sense on paper.
Yeah, yeah. Same with my Jeep, the one that you helped me out with. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, what? Anyway, so yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I submitted an order for an X5. This thing had every single option on it. Beautiful truck. Beautiful truck. I couldn't fucking stand the thing. 9 months. 9 months went by, and I was right back to another M4. Nine
Yeah.
months. So it taught me a lot about me. Like, stop getting bored so quickly of something. You have no idea what it is that you're even looking for in the thing.
Yeah. And then
How
when you
much
go to something else,
excitement, how much
yeah.
excitement is actually possible to some degree. Like, listen, I'm positive that even basketball players, they get tired and they
Oh
get
yeah.
bored of doing the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You could be working at Burger King, or you could be a fucking basketball player banging the same chicks every fucking night. And eventually you're going to get bored of banging the same chicks all the fucking time. And that same lifestyle, you're going to eventually want to do other shit.
Yeah.
But it's that part of it. It's learning you, understanding what it is that you're looking for exactly, that's making you feel this way. And if it's an actual cause, removing that cause. I think that that's such a beautiful power that entrepreneurs have, that they could just remove whatever it is from that day to day, from that aspect of their day to day that's causing them to feel this way, or just completely shift their whole approach to whatever it is they love to do.
Yeah, because I know. So I don't know if you were taking a shot at Burger King, because I used to work there, but so I want to.
We've had some
I
good
want to.
days at that Burger King, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. So, for anybody listening, I want you guys to kind of sit and be like, "Yo, am I a person who gets bored, or am I getting drained, or maybe is there a third alternative that we haven't thought about?" And if you guys come up with a third, that, hey, like, there's drained, there's bored, and then there's another, let us know. Reach out to us. But I want to know, like, what do you guys, if you're sitting here listening, and if you made it this far in the podcast, has any of this happened to you? Which spectrum are you, drained versus bored, or option number 3 and 4?
Professionally confused.
Or maybe Because there's not many that are Gary Vee who just fucking straight fire 12 years straight with no hiccups, loving life, loving to work 18 hours a day every day. If you're that, then great. Fuck you.
Did you see that other video? Remember in the other video, the guy snorting the cocaine? Like, how do I have so much energy? Some people think I do coke, bro.
Yeah. But, I want to hear from everybody. And I think it's just a season that we go through, man. And we just have to keep pushing through, like you said. And maybe sometimes, because I know entrepreneurs who are just like, yo, this is not for me. And they switch, right?
Yeah.
But they switch and they're good at everything they fucking switch at.
They got bored, but they're really, really good and they know how to make it.
Yeah.
Then they switch again.
Yeah, those guys are and girls are people that are sick. And I like
Wait a
that.
second, bro. What are you talking? You're talking about me and you right now. It's just I can't see myself. I'm so invested in my brand. They're not invested in their brand. They were just good at what they did and they didn't attach their name to it.
Well, yeah, you're right.
That's like Michael Jordan when he went and started playing baseball and then went to like golf. You know what I mean? Like that it was just confusing to me.
Yeah. And he came back. Yeah.
And then he came back.
So yeah, I mean, drained versus bored. I think maybe you should put a poll up, Adi, to see are people more drained or bored.
I'll put something up, man. But
what do you think? What do you think would win in the majority of people out there?
Bored.
Really?
I don't think that anybody will really know what drained is fully until they really, really get to that point. I don't think many people make it to the point of wanting to continue something so bad, but being so tired that they do. Nobody actually, I don't think, reaches that point. I think they just get really discouraged from that. So they never actually reach drained.
I think some certain people do. Like you, some other people. There are.
Well, put it this way. It's much easier to be bored of what you do than it is to be drained.
Oh yeah.
From what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, you could be bored. You could be bored day one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for anybody that's in this position, bored or drained, I think it's very, very important to analyze exactly how long you see yourself doing what it is that you're doing. If it's lifetime, then something's got to change. If you already had it in your mind that you want to be doing something else, or you don't want to be married to that person, or you don't even want to be in that car, get out.
Yeah.
But stick it through. That always fucking happens, man. Is that our timer? Is it? Are we? You cutting me off?
Yeah.
All right. Good night, chat. No, I'm kidding. No, but I think that it's so important to just stick it out, man. Just stick it out. Like if you're thinking about breaking up with her, but she hasn't really done anything wrong, but she hasn't really done anything right, work on it. Work on whatever's making you think about why it's not working and cut that out or address it. I'm trying.
Do you want to know why you should continue and stick it out? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a car, whether it's the business or job, right? Do you want to know why?
I do.
Because in the beginning, when you were excited, you thought it was an amazing fucking idea. There was something that made you want to do it. So you should just continue it because of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's my 2 cents on why people should stick it out more, because originally you thought it was a good idea.
In both boredom and burning out? Are you talking about?
Yeah, boredom too, and burned out. Yeah, man. Like, in anything you do, you're gonna get bored, bro. It's fucking, and you're gonna get burnt out if you go super hard for a long time. It's just, there's no way around it. You just, I think, have to find what it is that's boring you, or find what's that's draining you, and kind of, like you said, pick and choose, address, take out stuff, add stuff. But the whole thing, you can't fucking just stop it.
Nah, man. I think ultimately those that have invested so much time into their personal brand and personal uh passion for something, I think they'd be doing themselves a major disservice by stopping, especially this early on. But if you're drained or you're bored this very early on, I think it's a really, really important time to stick it through and make sure that you're not making the wrong decision. Because when, like, who knows? Just around the corner, something can happen where everything changes, or it won't. So you will never actually find out. Fortunately enough for me, when I was getting bored back last year in February, when I shut off my Instagram, shut off my Facebook, and focused in on YouTube, when I wasn't seeing much results, I was getting bored. And it was making me question whether or not I should actually continue. The only hair that was keeping me there, the only like string that was keeping me going was the around the corner. Something's happening. Something's happening. Something's happening. And thank God I didn't cave.
Yeah. And yeah, it's paid off. And I think we should end it right there, because I think this was good, man. Bored versus drained. Which one are you? And this was fun, man.
You gonna go to work tomorrow?
I work every day anyway. The funny thing is, like, I won't do certain things, but I've never been like, "Oh, I'm just gonna take
Not
today
gonna
off."
work today, yeah.
Yeah. And just fucking, yeah, I won't. I can't even, like, if I'm sick, I'm just like, yeah, I'll do some. I'll do shit. I'll still do stuff. I won't take a day off. Like, what am I gonna do? Fucking sit here? Betty's at work. What am I gonna do? Just
I'll end up going to work.
yeah. So I'm going to work tomorrow, guys.
Good night, Shant.
Good night, guys.